NBC Golf Channel on EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live final round coverage of the Arnold Palmer Invitational. Getting set for this next shot from the rough, what does the player need to be careful of here, Frank?
Well, this is where we're going to see exactly how good they are because, you know, that's not exactly the best lie, but it's sort of doable if you know what you're doing.
Good swing, good shot yet again. Coming out of the rough and right up next to the hole. Made a par in his previous round. This time, it's for birdie.
Great start.
Back to the second hole here at Bay Hill. Frank, long par 3.
And that green slopes so much from right to left, so you can actually use the contours of the green here.
Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on that. Easy birdie.
Frank going for another birdie here.
Just to get on a real roll.
Has it for another birdie. 2 holes, 2 birdies. Now to the par 4 third. Picturesque and difficult hole, Frank.
It might be picturesque, but it's certainly not for the faint of heart. This is going to take your best swing.
Water all down the left side. Frank, this is a way to make golf easy when you can hit it that deep.
Oh, I'm going to say, I know that first number's a 3. I'm guessing the second one's a 2. Let's call it 320.
Birdie try up next. Boy, this could be a tough one right here, Frank.
It's a very long putt, Rich. Obviously, it's difficult, but he still has a shot to sink this one for birdie.
Do that. We have already begun. Let's pick up with the action at hole number 4. A couple of birdies already here in this final round as we check in on our featured golfer. Off to a hot start, Frank.
Those red numbers are certainly going to bring a smile to the face, and they haven't happened by accident either. A lot of good golf. Excellent position to go forward from now.
Good contact, good result. It is the house that Arnold built, the Bay Hill Club and Lodge. Arnold's summer home is actually in western Pennsylvania, Latrobe Country Club. That's where he grew up. He came to Central Florida in the 1970s and fell in love with this piece of ground. He bought it, and he's grown it ever since, and now it is host to one of the premier stops on the PGA Tour. Big, strong golf course. You have to really be a good ball striker and generally one of the longer hitters to be successful around here. More than that, except to make it. Birdie try again here today. Had a nice birdie on this hole yesterday. No problems early. Looks good.
Does look good. This bodes well. We might be in for a very, very low round today.
Frank, what's the play here off the tee? Is it driver, or do you play it safe with an iron?
A lot of the times that's predicated by the wind, Rich. If you've got a trailing breeze, driver is very much in play. Otherwise, just poke a little iron down the right side. Now, where this ball's going, there's no fairway there, only rough.
Not in the fairway, but not too bad. Just in that first cut. Wow, Frank, he did well just to get it on the green from that line.
I didn't think that was doable. It's that sneaky distance. Rich, that just adds insult to injury to the rest of the field. Another birdie, and the gap even wider.
A sensational performance. Frank, back in 1998, by any chance, do you remember exactly how many golf balls John Daly hit into the water at the 6th?
It was half a dozen. Half a box of golf balls.
Wow, that is a monster drive down there, about 315 yards. This one has a chance to be close. Not close, but not bad either. I think it's about 25 feet away. Locked in on the read and the speed. Close. Couldn't ask for much more on that putt. Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either. Just singes the edge, Frank.
Yeah, but at least he's burning the edges. You know you're hitting good putts.
Just a little tap in here. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Well, after that beast of a par 5, Frank, it is time to finesse one up on the green here at the par 3-7, just a little under 200 yards.
There's a big mound in the middle of this green. Flags above it. I mean, you've got to be really precise. If it's short of it, you can use that mound as a backstop.
Birdie yesterday, and a chance for another one today. This hole made birdie yesterday. Can he do it again today? Well, that would have been a bonus had it gone in, but still, reasonable chance for par here.
Yeah, there's no damage. You're not going to birdie every hole.
Wow, he got robbed, Frank.
No, it's like kissing your mother-in-law.
It's a very makeable putt here. He is currently 5 under for his round. Bit unfortunate, loses a shot here with that bogey. Frank, how about the 8th par 4, one of the more intriguing setups?
Ideally, you want to just work your tee shot away from that bunker. But this is one fairway you must hit because it's one of the toughest second shots on the golf course.
I mean, he just blasted it down the fairway, well over 325 yards. Frank, this is a pretty good par 4, the 8th. What about the approach shot?
Such intimidating second shot here at 8. I think it's the best one on the golf course, Rich. You can see very quickly why the goal is to hit your second.
Might need some wings just to clear this hazard.
That water is looking rather intimidating.
So the previous shot into the drink. This now the 4th shot. And he's made it onto the green now. Little redemption chance here. Had bogey yesterday.
In this situation, Rich, a bogey's not all that bad. Still has the lead.
Finishing up here on the front side at Bay Hill with a lengthy par 4. And what's the key, Frank?
Well, the hole's relatively flat, but the rough on the right comes into play. If you can carry that ball 300 yards, then just take it in over the bunker.
good spot right there.
Center cut.
Good tee shot right in the fairway and plenty long. Frank, one of the real privileges of broadcasting at Bay Hill is when we get a visit to the booth by the king himself, Arnold Palmer.
Yeah, he has so many stories. I love when he talks about the way in which his father, Deacon Palmer, first taught him how to grip a golf club. He said he put his hands on the club and he said, son, don't let them ever move. And you play golf forever and a day.
Cleans that up in the hole. Back here in Orlando, Florida, at the Bay Hill Club and Lodge. Springtime in Florida can mean only one thing, Frank. Perfect golf weather. How do you get off to a perfect start on this backside?
Well, this is one of the few holes that actually shapes to the right. I mean, most of the holes at Bay Hill are dogleg lefts. For the faint of heart, just sort of flick an iron down there, just sort of short of the bunkers. If you're feeling a little ambitious, just take it over that one on the right. Just a wedge in here.
Not enough on that one.
Yeah, it just seemed to baby it.
You know how to play this shot, Frank, right? You keep your chin up, you look down your nose at the ball, you have to pick it cleanly, and keep your head still. This one just requires a little bit of focus. That is a solid par putt. Frank, 440-yard par 4 11th. You see that number on the card, you think driver. Maybe not. Why?
Yeah, it's imperative you hit the fairway here, Rich. Water obviously in play left, 2 bunkers on the right. This is a second shot hole. Game's about rhythm. When you have good rhythm, it just looks effortless. To hit the ball 300 yards through the air, that easy.
It's nice to roll in a 25-footer now and then. Those feel good. But still, there's nothing like hitting that perfect tee ball. Long, straight.
Yeah, you can puff out your chest, last to play, the advantage, holes shorter. Basically, the list goes on.
This is a good-looking shot. That was a solid strike and a good result. Made par yesterday. This one for birdie. Continues to amaze. Yet another birdie. And what a day it's been. Frank, the par 5s here at Bay Hill so important. What's the 12th like?
570-odd yards. Tee it high, let it fly.
Well, this looks good.
Certainly is.
That's an absolute tracer right there. In the fairway and well over 320 yards. That is just an outstanding shot right there. And now a chance for an eagle. Good putt. Frank, the par 4 13th, relatively short, but not necessarily easy.
Yeah, stringent tee shot. A lot of people are tempted to take a bigger club off the tee. 300 yards runs out of the fairway, but really, what does that give you in?
Frank, it may be obvious you'd rather have a ball sitting up perfectly in these fairways as opposed to the deep rough off to the left or right. But how is a player able to take advantage when he has that good lie?
Well, anything better than that would be sitting on a tee. That is a perfect lie. It almost guarantees good contact.
Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on there. Easy birdie.
In the hole, and a birdie. Frank, now to the 14th of par 3, and how difficult is this hole?
Once again, very narrow entry into the green, so ideally you want to fly the ball a little higher than normal, make it soft, make it land a little softer.
Midway through this back 9, could use this birdie here at the 14th. Birdie here yesterday, trying to do it again today. Wow, I thought he made that. So a long putt there and just didn't read it quite right. Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. He's made it. Frank, the 15th, kind of a fun golf hole if you can curve your ball. I mean, that's a huge dogleg to the right, isn't it?
Yeah, it's much easier if you're a right-hander if you cut it down here. If you don't cut it, then make sure you don't run out down that left side. Tom Weiskopf was one of my idols growing up. I loved the way he swung. That swing right there reminds me of my eye.
It looks like Rory McIlroy, Frank, sticking the follow-through. Now the approach shot, par 4, 15th hole. Frank, break it down.
Green narrows up the further back you go, so the most generous place to land the ball is in the front half of this green. It's also the flattest section of the green.
That's well played, and now a good look at birdie. Good try, just didn't quite read the break, Frank.
It shouldn't be a problem, you'd think, cleaning up here for par.
Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. The Bay Hill Club & Lodge features a really exciting finishing stretch. 16 is a reachable par 5. You'll see eagles and birdies there coming home. 17, a very difficult par 3 over the water is there. Takes an excellent shot. And then 18 is all you want. We know that with the water in front. That second shot, which comes over the lake, and that's a hold-your-breath moment. It is a great finishing 3-hole stretch at Bay Hill. And now it's right in his wheelhouse. Good position where he can attack the pin.
Yeah, he has all those options now. With that ball sitting up, you can bring it in high, you can bring it in low. The choice is yours.
Oh, look out. This could be wet, Frank.
It's heading towards the hazard.
Just averted danger right there. So close.
Why does he have all the luck?
On the green in regulation. So just a formality. Score that a birdie. Always like this par 3, Frank. Par 3 17th. Let me amend that. I like watching the best in the world play it because it can be daunting, especially with the pressure ratcheted up.
When they have the tournament on, this green is brick hard. It's a little bit downhill. That's about the only advantage you get.
That is a really good shot, landing close to the flagstick and getting ready for the putt.
Comfortably knocks it in.
Frank, this is a stout finishing hole, the 18th, isn't it?
Yeah, it finishes that great run of 16, 17, and 18, and so many times we've seen disaster and triumph just on those final 3 holes.
Big full swing here. That's the way you want to finish up here at the 18th hole. Excellent drive, and gives himself a good chance to go after this hole location.
Well, this is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like. He's knocked it on the green, but not in a great position. This is a difficult chance coming up here. Long birdie try. This one's tracking. Wow, I can't believe he found the cup on that one.
Clean up on aisle 5.
And that wraps up the final round. Just a great performance by our champion today.
Couldn't agree more, Rich. I think this one will have to go down in the books as an absolute classic. Fantastic play, not only in the course today, but all week long.